Thank you for listening to the Old 77 podcast. Look at pictures. Look at pictures.
Weinstein got away with it for too long.
Way too
OJ
long.
got away with it because he's
OJ.
Yeah,
I mean, he had Johnny Cochran, right?
Yeah, Johnny Cochran, and the glove didn't fit, so you must have quit.
You must have
right?
quit.
Bill Cosby. That was nuts.
man.
It was like, wasn't it some comedian?
It was a
that,
ridiculous
I
amount.
mean, how many pudding pops did that guy go through?
Who are you?
Hi there. This is the Old 77. It's a safe place
What's up,
in an
JT?
unsafe world.
Oh, baby. I'm so ready for this.
Warning: foul language may occur due to the subject matter. Become a subscriber at patreon.com/theold77podcast. Subscribers get bonus content and early access to episodes. Find out more at patreon.com/theold77podcast. Thanks for listening.
Enough with the noise, bitches!
Welcome back to the Old 77. It is a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
What's going on, guys?
Scotty.
Good to see all your beautiful faces
Yeah,
again.
it's another week, another show.
Yeah, you guys, sounds like you guys have been working both your asses
Oh
off
my
this
God.
week.
Oh, man, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, Scott, I cannot top Scott.
Yeah.
We've been going to town remodeling, doing some flooring, and we painted the entire house. Like, just had to paint, you know.
Not gonna lie, you guys look a little winded this week.
I'm losing it a little today. Yeah,
That's okay. We're here to
kind of needed this a little bit, you know.
My
Yeah.
list was long. I mean, I mowed the lawn.
This is just today, right?
This is just today.
Yeah.
Mowed the lawn, cleaned the Jeep out. What else? I vacuumed the house. I cleaned our floors
Yeah.
because we have the bare floors.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did I do that was on the agenda today? There was like 2 other things in there. I took the trash out. We had loads of boxes from Sarah shopping online because we just got Sloan a full size bed. So we had the box from that.
Oh,
the
she
box,
got a big girl bed now?
yeah, she's in that now.
Nice,
Her
nice.
nursery is now a bedroom.
Nice.
We got all kinds of boxes from her new bookshelf, her new bed, and her new mattress.
All right.
So I had to organize all those boxes, take the trash up tonight, and man, it was a lot of work, man. I am beat.
Did you have to put some shit together when you got the bed and stuff? Did you have to assemble?
Yeah, Sarah led the way on putting the bed together.
Yeah.
I did help somewhat,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
but when she starts to do it, I try to like stay out of her way.
I'm not gonna lie, man. My wife is like the far superior person in the household
Oh, I think we all know that.
at assembling
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but
dude.
like Sarah's the same way. Like when she wants something done, she goes ahead and like does it.
That's how Jesse
Yeah.
is, man.
And then she's like, "Why aren't you helping?" Well, because I'm letting you take control of this
yeah.
thing.
Just get out of her way, man.
Like, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead. You're the quarterback, girl. I'm just
Yeah.
the wide receiver here.
And then
very, very wide.
and then you
receiver.
also just
I'm the tight end.
slap his ass and pull his hair.
and you had a big float trip too, right?
Yeah.
So that was
that's a good
great.
one.
That happened on Saturday.
What river are you guys floating on?
It was on Gasconade. It's out there in Osage County.
Beautiful river.
It's out down by Rollins Ferry. I think it's like Rich Fountain area. It's about like 45 minutes away. I went down there for just the day. So I was down there. We got down around like 9. We're on the water at like 10, and I was off by 5, and then home before 6. So Sarah can go out with Hillary, who's Andy's wife.
In your own bed. Wow, nice.
I see.
Yeah.
So we had to split the day.
Yeah. Sounds like a long
That's a long
It's a
day,
full day, man. 'cause
It's a full day. Yeah.
Especially like I don't know about you guys, but when I go on float trips, like anytime I'm like out on the water, if I spend all day on the water,
Oh, you just
I am
zaps
always
you, man.
I'm just zapped.
Well,
at the end of the
especially if
day.
it's sunny out, because the sun just kind
sunny
of
and hot.
And it doesn't
Yep.
matter if it's 95 or 71.
Yep.
The sun's still strong.
Right.
It was. This is the first time that I've had sleeves on floating. Like
Right.
when we got on the water, it was like 55 degrees out.
Yeah.
And then I think it was around noon, 1 o'clock. I think it climbed to like 72, 73. But there was a breeze coming off that too. We did see an eagle's nest. Have you ever seen an eagle's nest up close?
Not up close, but I know
Yeah.
they're huge.
They're
Dude.
big, yeah.
We saw one. It's like, I don't know, maybe 1/4 down the river.
Mm-hmm.
probably a mile down, and we all like.
Was it really bluffy right in that area?
No, it actually splits, and there's this like huge dead tree, and like to the top of it, where it's like there's different branches spreading out, and there's like this huge angle for support. Dude, this nest looked like it was like 3 foot like in circumference. But then the cool thing was you can see the little eagles, like their heads like popping up. And
Oh,
stuff
cool.
like that.
Wanting food and stuff. Like,
But
give us
dude,
food.
you could actually like you and I could probably sit down in it. That's how big it was.
I was just.
It was huge.
I was recently reading about eagles and their nests, and I can't remember, but they weigh a lot. Like we're talking tons. That's
Yeah.
how much those things weigh. They're
Yeah.
huge.
They're amazing, just amazing creatures, man.
It's just they just keep piling on them too, right? It's like a little fort. Like
Yeah.
a little eagle fort.
Yeah.
But for what I understand, though, like the nests are like so fucking nasty because it's just full of birds. Like it's the baby shit and all
Yeah.
that other stuff. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that every nest?
There's no fucking plumbing, dude. I mean,
This
it's just
family's
a
held
nest.
together by shit.
Well, you
No
know.
doubt. I mean, I guess it's a good basis for a found. Yeah, it's a good foundation for a nest.
Good foundation.
You know.
Yeah, kind of. First time I saw a bald eagle up close, it kind of took my breath away, man. It was kind of like a holy shit moment.
Yeah.
Because it stunk so bad from all the shit.
It wasn't that close.
Oh, okay, just
Yeah.
checking.
Dude, there was one day where this is a few years back, and Sarah and I were taking out our tandem kayak. It's a fishing kayak. It's a bigger one, and it's amazing. It's a great kayak. I suggest you get one if you like being on the water, especially if you're floating. And we were just testing it out, going from like side to side of each lake, and we saw this eagle like just swoop down and grab this fish out of the water and then fly up and go up into this tree. I didn't see a nest.
We're
but
talking about a bald eagle here.
a bald eagle.
Sweet.
And so we like go we row over to it and we're looking at it. I mean, it's probably like, I don't know, 150 feet away. I mean, it's up in the tree though, but it's like just sitting there perched up, like all stoic and shit. Just
All stoic and shit.
Yeah.
it just
Majestic.
It looked majestic.
Yeah.
man.
As fuck.
Guess what I ran
As
into?
fuck.
Guess what I ran into last night? An armadillo.
Ugh, those things
Really?
are- near your house?
Yeah, I was walking down my road. So I told you
those
guys.
things are disgusting.
I told you guys earlier. We've got this dog that has showed up like
Yeah.
literally like right on the road, basically. So my land is lined by some trees, and so this dog has made himself this little spot like right on the other side of the trees by the road. We drive by there, and he's like in the same spot. So our theory is that he was dumped by somebody, and he thinks that they're going to come back and get him. So
Idiots.
he's just set up camp there.
Oh, it's a shame, dude.
So, and we know he's not any of the neighbors' dog because
Right.
I don't have very many neighbors, and you know.
The neighbors you do have, you know.
Yeah, I know,
So-
and I know what dogs they have and
Right.
whatnot. So, so yeah,
I hate that.
last night because I've been trying to get him to come to me, not because I want to have another dog, but I just like, so I brought him some food and I brought a little bucket of water over there for him today, just so he
Right.
can
Good for you.
survive. We put a little thing on Facebook, so hopefully
That's good.
Hopefully, you know, somebody will take him.
If anything comes to it, hopefully, like, the animal shelter.
I was going to say
comes
you
and
should,
gets him.
yeah, if you can get a hold of him, take him to the animal shelter.
'Cause someone will adopt. What kind of dog is he?
I think it's a boxer mix.
Oh, really?
My mom looked at it and she thought it was like a pit bull mix. But I used to have like a half boxer a long time ago, and this dog really reminds me of that dog a lot. That's just my guess, though.
Sure.
Some like bully breed, like a boxer or a pit or a mastiff or something like that.
So what happened with the armadillo? You were saying.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to chase after it, but it ran away from me.
So
At first, I was gonna like sneak up on it, but then I said, "Fuck it."
Hey,
Start-
Dillo!
Yeah.
And then I started running, and he
I heard
took off.
someone told me, and they might have been fucking
They
with
hiss
me.
at you, right?
Yeah, he made some kind of weird
Yeah,
noise.
yeah.
Someone told me this, and they may have been fucking with me. But can an armadillo give you leprosy?
You know, I've heard that.
I don't know. Let's
I've
Google
heard that.
though.
I mean, 'cause I don't
you
want
can
leprosy,
you can get
bro.
leprosy from armadillos.
Is leprosy treatable?
I don't know.
That's a
I'm
good
definitely
question.
Googling that shit.
Because it's
right
in the
now.
Bible, and people are like
Well,
fucking
I mean,
deformed and shit.
You guys have seen Braveheart, right?
It's been
Yeah.
a while.
So
but
It's
yeah.
been a while,
So
yeah.
the dude who ends up betraying Braveheart, his dad,
William
is
Wallace?
his dad is a leper,
Okay, so
and
it's
he's all wrapped up, and he's like, "I may
Yeah.
be falling apart, but you're gonna be king," you know.
Yeah.
It's true. They do carry leprosy.
No shit.
So you can become a leper.
if it bites you or something, or if you like eat its meat or something.
Or is it like you fondle it, like you pick them up, pick your nose or something, don't wash your hands?
Try to penetrate it, and next thing you know,
Well, it is Missouri.
You never know.
I mean, down in the boot heel.
Because I see those things dead all the time on the highways.
Dude, I never see them during the day.
Are they?
This was at night.
Are they a
Always
nocturnal?
see
So
them
they
at
are
night.
nocturnal
Yeah, I
animals.
knew they were nocturnal, but they gotta move around during the day too.
I saw one in my driveway. The last time I saw one, it was in my driveway. Like the last time I saw a live one. I see way more dead ones than I see live.
Yeah,
Oh,
so do I.
God, all
so
the
do
time,
I, yeah.
all the time.
But I do see some live ones out where I live.
Because every time I see a dead one on the road, I'm like, oh my god, I got to move away from it. I don't want fucking leprosy.
I don't want
man.
leprosy.
Really, that
Well, the fresh ones, I always want to get a balloon and
Yeah.
put a get well soon on them or something.
Pick me up.
I'm trying to figure out exactly how they transmit it to people, and I'm not exactly sure.
It's got to be fucking.
It just says, experts say the easiest way to avoid contagion is to simply avoid unnecessary contact with the critters. So
Right, even the carcasses, I would assume.
So what I did last night, chasing after one, actively
That's
chasing
fun,
after
Dave.
a live armadillo.
Good job.
I should not have done that.
Probably
well, I
not.
mean, it was fun, right?
If you're listening now, you
Did
shouldn't
you
do
just
it.
learn
either.
something today, Dave? That
I did.
No,
you could
he
probably
did
catch
not.
leprosy from a fucking armadillo.
Yes, I did. I'm not going to chase after any armadillos
Tell your
anymore.
boys to stay the hell away.
I
from
would have
them.
loved to
I
have
will.
seen that. Dave just out there in nature, just chasing after this armadillo.
Can you also check if they can cure leprosy these days?
Yeah.
Is there like a vaccine for leprosy?
It's like 6 shots right in the booty hole, though.
Well, that's what rabies is. You
Yeah,
got to
that's
shoot
in the
yourself in the
stomach,
stomach.
yeah.
I think I told you guys my sister had to do that once.
Damn,
Seriously?
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah, she got bit by a dog.
Don't you like foam butt from the mouth and stuff? If you ever
You can.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Can you die
Dogs-
from? You can
dogs
die
can.
from
Yeah,
rabies.
yeah.
Really?
So they
Would
give
go
you
to your head, right? Make you crazy.
yeah.
And that,
It's like syphilis.
like Cujo.
Yeah, so if you have leprosy, they give you antibiotics.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, I guess he didn't have antibiotics back then in the Bible times.
If you leave it untreated, the nerve damage can result in paralysis,
Jesus.
crippling of the hands and the feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit falls off, right?
So antibiotics used during the treatment will kill the bacteria that cause leprosy.
So leprosy is a bacteria.
It's caused by bacteria.
There you go.
But while the
Jesus.
treatment can cure the disease, so yes, it does cure it and prevent it from getting worse.
Well, that's good.
It does not reverse nerve damage.
That's probably why we haven't seen any new lepers running around. There's no leper colonies popping up
Yeah.
anywhere.
They
Right.
used to do that. They used to
Yeah.
send people off, and
Isn't that what Australia was?
no, they were a castaway. They were prisoners, dude. It was an island of prisoners.
But I thought it was also a leper colony too, though.
Dave, Google that one too, buddy.
Anybody that was undesirable, they just shipped them off to
No,
Australia.
no. There might have been
There were leper colonies in
And
Australia.
There you go, Scott.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you find that at?
Fully useless knowledge.
Old folklore.
I used to do a whole show on the radio for like 3 years that had me read useless knowledge.
Dude, that was some random shit. But I know that a lot of like prisoners were sent to Australia and they were just exiled there.
Leprosy entered the country through immigration.
Yeah, of course it did.
Oh, damn.
course it
Obviously.
did.
Particularly during the gold rush of the mid 1800s and spread quickly through indigenous communities.
And it killed people back then because they didn't have any
Nobody
antibiotic
washed
back
their
then.
fucking hands with dial soap.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they had smallpox was a thing
Seriously.
back then too, man.
Do you realize
No
if somebody,
penicillin.
if one person had an Uzi and like 6 magazines and a bar of dial soap, you'd be the king back then.
No shit.
Right?
I know.
Antibacterial soap.
Well, just think like, if you could go back, if you could hit a time machine and go back to, 1921 and bring your cell phone with you.
Yeah,
People would
I would think
worship
you're an
you, man.
alien.
yeah, but you couldn't use it as a phone.
No.
No, but you could, play Angry Birds.
No, because there's no satellites or any of that shit back
Well, I
then.
mean, you
It
couldn't.
wouldn't work.
You couldn't use any internet functions to it.
Right, it
It
wouldn't
would
work.
have to be sold like taking pictures,
I'm assuming
Correct.
that I'm assuming that if you,
cataloging.
I'm
video.
assuming that if you download Angry Birds onto your cell phone before you time travel,
But I
that shit is still going to be there after you
Yes,
time travel, and
but
you
I
don't
think
need the
it-
internet to play Angry Birds.
Okay, fair enough. You could play Flappy Bird, I'm sure.
I've never played Angry Birds before.
No, it's a good one.
It's all
I
right.
like it. Flappy Bird is a weird one because have you guys seen like people people will pay like huge amounts of money for phones
Oh,
that
yeah.
have that game on it because like they stopped supporting the game because Nintendo sued them, right?
So it's basically like a Nintendo knockoff.
It's a ripoff.
Yeah, you're like Mario swimming,
pretty much, but you're flying.
but you're flying, and they'd use the same sound effects and everything. And
Go- Going back to time traveling,
yeah,
you know,
Sure.
what-
Let's go back there.
and going back to the 1800s, I would hate to live in that century. I mean, like, look at it. I mean, 1800s. There's nothing. Our medical field is nothing.
Yeah, it's in its infancy.
Leeches, that's the medical field.
Like, I can't even imagine. Like, if you go to the doctor, they can only be like, "Well, go home and take a nap."
I know what you got, son. You got cocaine.
I was gonna say, here's some
So
cocaine.
You got ghosts in the blood.
So you spent 7 years. Well, I guess it wasn't 7 years back then in college to be a doctor. It was probably like
I don't know.
a regular degree. Like, hey, I'm a doctor.
You know
now.
what? I was gonna say silversmiths used to also fort, on the side as dentists, right?
That was their side hustle?
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Who's fucking messing with silver all day, digging around in your teeth.
Good idea.
But
Yeah,
no-
that sounds great.
No
Yeah.
wonder the life expectancy was.
You lived till
fucking-
30. All of us would have
no
been dead by
shit,
then.
dude.
So I get the impression that the life expectancy thing really a huge part of that was infant mortality.
Oh God, yeah.
There
I mean,
was
if
more
you-
of it back
it-
then.
yeah.
There were still people that
Or
lived,
dying during during
Yeah, true,
childbirth.
yeah.
It was a lot.
I mean, there were still people that lived to be 80, 90, probably
yeah.
even 100 years
yeah.
old.
Yeah.
But I think that the infant mortality and things like that really brought the average down.
Well, and plus you had like stupidity. Let's be honest.
We still have
'cause,
that,
you
though.
know. Yeah, but I feel like we had a lot less safety measures in place back then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just,
You know?
just maybe not stupidity, but just ignorance.
No, I think stupidity, because you get guys who would line up and throw knives at each other, or you get guys, they get pissy with each
whoever
other,
shoots first.
right?
we should bring
5
back the
steps
duel.
and then turn and fire.
I mean, what kind of shit is that?
I mean, that's just dumb,
Yeah.
right?
Now what do we do to solve disputes? Like
I know they valued life, but they weren't
did
thinking
they?
about it.
Yeah.
But did they? It was a different kind of life back then. I mean, when you had to hunt and skin everything to live, you tended to look at life
Yeah.
a little differently,
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't kill that rabbit you shot, then you didn't eat meat that night.
Yeah, apparently it's squirrel season right now. Did you guys know that?
Is it?
My mom has a ton of squirrels at her house, and
Dude, tell me how it is.
she's been talking,
I heard it's gamey. It's like,
I've never had it.
no,
You
seriously.
know what? I've always heard it tastes a little squirrely.
I mean, it has to do with their
It's fucking
diet, right?
nuts.
They're eating nuts. They're eating all
yeah.
kinds of seeds and shit like that.
Well,
Like,
Same thing like with deer. If you've
Yeah.
ever had real deer, it's really gamey.
do people eat raccoons?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they're little fuckers, man.
They should.
They have little hands.
I
They
saw.
do have little hands.
I
right?
saw the
weird. It creeps me
funniest.
out.
I saw the funniest raccoon video today, guys. It was on Instagram, so I don't think there's a way for us to pull it up there. But it was fucking hilarious. Somebody caught these two raccoons that were pushing over their trash cans, and so they got the phone pointed at the raccoons, and one's over here, and the other one is just standing there like this.
Like an offensive lineman.
Well, just
like he just got caught.
like
He's
he
in
was
the spotlight.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
was hoping that nobody would see him if he just didn't move.
Right.
There is no raccoon here. I am completely invisible.
No raccoon to
Does
see.
he think you're like a fucking dinosaur, like a T-Rex?
Please move along.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
I
it's
can't
like
see you if you don't move.
it's like an ostrich. They stick their head in the ground and they think that
Right.
nobody can see them.
Oh, fucking
great video.
raccoons.
Instagram is great for that.
I
Just
saw one.
funny shit.
I saw one raccoon. It was. I got up like 2:00 in the morning one night. I was grabbing something to drink, and I looked out my door, onto my deck, and there's this big, fucking furry-looking thing. And at first, I thought it was a possum, but then it like stood up on its hind legs and looked into the house.
Yeah.
And I looked at him. I was like, "Where the fuck do you think you're going, dude?"
Yeah.
But he was this giant raccoon.
Yeah. You make eye
could
contact
not-
with that thing.
He was
He-
digging in your trash. What you guys eating up in there?
And, like
What
he was
can I
probably
expect?
he was probably just as tall as a toddler. Dude.
doing some future shopping.
Those things are smart, man.
I mean, if the
Fuck yeah,
door
they
was
are.
open, he was in there.
Yeah.
But he was a dead man if he did, because the dogs obviously are inside.
So one of the things that was interesting to
I don't
me,
know, man. A big raccoon is pretty fucking scary.
But so is a fucking giant
I've
70-pound
seen
dog.
I've seen a big raccoon fuck up some like coon hunting dogs.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
One of the things that was
Let alone
interesting.
one of your dogs.
One of the things that was interesting about my trip to Colorado was the trash cans, you know, the big trash can that you set out once a week.
Right.
They were like special trash cans
So
that locked a special way so that the bears couldn't open them.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's messed up.
So
Speaking
of bears,
Yeah.
people have been seeing bears in mid-Missouri, like in Holt Summit.
I just heard that the other day.
Yeah, in Fulton, too.
Have they seen them in Fulton too?
Holt Summit.
Throughout Callaway County.
Jefferson County, they've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I saw some pictures today because the first report that I saw,
That's by St. Louis.
Are they moving in?
yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they're going north. They're moving north.
Have they been like reintroducing bears to the area though?
You know, I think that they did reintroduce bears to southern Missouri.
They did in southern Illinois a couple of years ago, I remember.
And now they're mating and
Maybe.
moving north.
So Moving
how
around.
but like, when a bear migrates, when a family of bears migrates, do they just fucking like? Do they just find a path of like solitude and just walk that bitch? Or I mean, like, because you would think you would see.
Eventually they're going to come to something, right?
Do they travel at nighttime? Because like you would think you would see bears walking north. Like, hey, there goes the bear. They're walking towards fucking
Well, apparently
Jeff City or Columbia.
Well, if there's new bears in Illinois,
Yeah.
and now they release them here, they got to be walking around somehow.
And-
well, apparently they're walking around during the day around here because all the pictures that I've seen.
The Holt Summit stuff,
Yeah, it's all been right in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what time of the day.
I mean, fucking
to be
bear
honest.
walking on your wall or something, right? Hey, what's going on between
Well,
you
did you
and your
see
neighbor?
that video
Yeah.
of that teenage girl runs out like an offensive lineman and knocks the bear off the wall? I have it pulled up right here.
Yeah, let's see it.
God,
This
bears
is in
enormous.
state of California, right?
Yeah.
Quiet Monday afternoon until a bear makes its way into this Bradbury backyard. The dogs run out, and then 17-year-old Haley follows them out of the house.
Boom.
Honestly, I did not know it was a bear until right after I pushed it. I didn't register in my head that it was a bear. I was like, it's an animal. And
What the fuck
it's
did you
taking
do?
my-
Okay, so for one, if you guys saw, there was the cub. The cub was right by his mom, underneath the mom.
Is that a cub right there?
No.
Next to that little dog?
No.
Is that another
I'll show you where the
dog?
cub's at.
That
I think the cub went with mom.
So the cub took off to the left here. See the cub right there?
Oh, okay, I see it now.
So this little
There
sucker.
was a whole slew of dogs, man. A gaggle of canines.
Yeah, there was a few. There was a big one, and then there was a small one. But
Boy,
yeah,
those
like,
small
what
ones
do you?
got-
What kind of animal do you think it is?
So this little 17-year-old girl
It's
runs up and pushes,
right.
pushes it right off
It
the ledge.
certainly is not a fucking squirrel.
No.
register in my head that it was a bear. I was like, it's an animal, and it's taking my
Look at
my
her.
child.
She just
and
bulldozed
I
that
pushed the bear,
fucker.
and I was like, oh my god, I just pushed a bear.
Haley pushed the bear away
Look at that.
and protected the family's 3 dogs.
Get
Her
away
mother
from
was
my
shocked when
dogs.
she
Wow.
saw the video.
I just break down every time I see him. Yeah, it's just horrifying to watch.
Haley said she came away from the incident with only a sprained
Damn.
finger on the hand she pushed the bear with and scrapes on her knee. She and the dogs are okay, including her mom's
Look at it.
service animal.
I didn't want to know what would happen if the bear hurt her or like even took her, so I had to do what I had to do.
A local wildlife expert says what Haley did was dangerous.
No shit.
Y'all needed an expert.
Right.
That's great insight, by the way.
You
Hey.
know, you may not want to do that. It could have happened another way.
Local
Stay in
news
the
always
house.
has the
Dude,
most
that bear
insight.
could have just belly flopped right on the top of her and just mauled her face
Do you
off.
really need an expert to tell you it's dangerous?
This is shit that we all have to start thinking about now.
It's common sense.
or prevent the bear from even getting into the backyard.
All the bear has to do is go like this, and half of your face is gone.
Did you see that guy's hat?
That must be the expert.
I was going to say that's got to be the expert,
Did you
right?
see his hand motion?
Even getting into the backyard.
All the bear has to do is go like this, and half of your face is gone. Maybe had a slingshot or a noisemaker or something, but then all the dogs were there. She was, so you know, and
Man, that bear
all I
was
can say is
swiping
I'm
at
happy
those
Dude,
that
dogs.
that
nothing
bear
bad
wasn't even
happened.
That bear wasn't even looking at her, dude.
You look at a bear and you think that thing's not fast.
She got lucky.
Bears are fast.
Bears are quick.
They
They
are
are.
fast.
Something, but then all the dogs were there. She was, so you know, all I can say is I'm happy that nothing bad happened. But if you live in those communities, you need to be constantly alert that as the development has encroached into the native territory, you're going to have those encounters more and more.
That's a damn
Nice.
fine
This is
hat.
quite the
Cool hat,
Nice.
bro.
Damn fine hat, yeah.
Jesus.
Holy moly.
I don't know, like, you know, I probably would have not went after the bear because
I don't know, man. It's her mom's service animal, right? That's what she said.
She's riding on adrenaline and instinct.
Exactly. All she saw was that's mom's animal that we got to really take care of, and ran out and took care of it.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I chased this would-be thief out of my buddy Paul's store?
Get at it.
And Paul had a gun drawn, and we chased him down, and the cops came, and we tackled him, and
no shit.
Like, okay,
did you make your wife proud? Damn.
Dick Slayer.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Grandpa's fucking
Grandpa.
That's exactly what it is. But when that happened, okay, so let me just tell you the story. My buddy Paul used to have a store on the boulevard, like an electronics store. So I went in there one day.
Paul's Boutique. Please tell me.
Yeah. So I went in there one day to talk to him about something, and so then I leave. As I'm getting into my car, I see this dude come running out of the store that was in the store while I was in there.
Right.
And then I see Paul's business partner running after him with his gun drawn.
Jesus.
What?
And at that point, if I was smart, I would have just drove off.
Turn the other way, right?
But I got out of my car and I helped the dude chase him down.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. He was trying to steal some shit.
Your grandpa would have been proud, man.
Your grandpa was proud that day.
I was going to say it's definitely the Dick Slayer genes. But it was not. It was one of those. It was an instinct thing.
When God said, "Let there be light," Dave's grandpa said, "Say please."
That day he was like looking down at you like, "That's my boy."
I got another
doing the Arsenio.
Yeah. That's my brother.
I got another story for you too, guys, but I think we should save it.
Okay, well, hold on. So, a big thanks to our Patreon patrons.
Say that 10 times fast.
Patreon patrons. The Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Thank you, guys.
They are bringing.
Thank you, guys.
They are
so
bringing
much.
this episode to you.
We love you.
To us.
We love you.
Also, big ups to our friends at the Shockingly Wicked podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly.
Coming in hot podcast. Excuse me. The Todd podcast. The Toddcast.
Those guys are always liking our stuff, Scott.
I know, right? And One Pushing Buttons.
The Twisted Sisters podcast.
I love that.
Love those guys.
So
those gals.
The gals at the Twat Pod the other day, they did their makeup blindfolded.
Interesting.
And they put up video of their stuff, and like, oh man, it was terrible.
Was it rough?
Oh, it was rough.
Sounds entertaining though.
But it was entertaining as hell.
The Inner Idiot podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, those are good.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Jason's Hot Takes a podcast.
The Flappity. Did we already say Flappity Flap?
Nope. We did now.
Love the name, dude.
The Scuttlebutt podcast.
Scuttlebutt.
The Legend podcast.
It's funny you'd say that podcast.
My Legend podcast. Sorry. I said the Legend.
Chillin' and Spillin' podcast. And of course, our friend JT.
Paranormal Sun.
At the Paranormal Sun.
I think he's just got one podcast now.
Yeah, we're just gonna promote it.
Also, shout out to the Last Flight Brewing Company right here in Jefferson City, Missouri,
Delicious
on Heisinger
Last
Road.
Flight.
Yummy.
They have a new Norwegian IPA.
I was just gonna say it looks fantastic.
Woo!
That's dark.
Is that the one that we looked at earlier?
Yeah, on the
dark.
website,
That was a nice looking.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, anything they make comes out great.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Anything that they make,
I think it's
fantastic.
great, man. It's great for Jeff City to have a business like that here.
But we're inside episode 54.
55.
Oh,
55.
Is that 55? My man. What time did the movie start?
He's always one episode behind.
That's all right, man.
No, it's okay.
I'm jet lagged right now.
I get that.
All that flying you've been doing these past couple days.
Yeah.
Big ups to our friends at West Main Pizza. That 60s store, or what is it? 60s Spirit.
60 Spirit.
Let me get it right.
Chris and the good folks out there. Yeah.
And
Love those guys.
our boy Jamie at In the Groove, now at their new location, 708 Jefferson Street.
You know that's
Sell
right.
some vinyl,
That's
folks.
right.
All right.
Some
Take a break.
mixtapes.
We'll see you back.
Be back right after this.
Bitches. Feel that beat.
So hard.
In the Groove Vinyl Records and More has the widest variety of new and used music.
carrying new and reissued vinyl, used CDs and cassette tapes. In business for over 20 years, offering the best variety and service we possibly can. In the year 2000, we started out as a little hole in the wall, and now In the Groove is a full-service record shop with thousands of records to choose from. Buying rock, jazz, R&B, soul, and blues records, 33s, 45s, and 78s. We also buy CDs and cassette tapes. We've been buying and selling since 2000. In the Groove is a one-stop shop for records, stereo equipment, CDs, and other fun oddities. 708 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City, Missouri. Give us a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook. In the Groove, vinyl, records, and more.
Welcome back to the old 77. It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Guys, I'm super excited about our next episode.
Oh, man. We got a good show coming up for you guys next week, let me tell you.
It's going to get weird.
So we've talked a lot about Hobo Hill and, you know, the errands.
Yeah,
I think we brought the errands up, Aaron and Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to have, I believe, just one of the errands.
We're going to get one errand?
I think we're going to get one. I've invited the other one, but, you know, they've got kids, as we can all relate to.
Oh, man, I can totally get that.
So we are,
and they got little kids, too.
Yeah. But we are super pumped because we've talked about these guys a lot. If you're from Jeff City, you probably know the story of the house on Hobo Hill.
Man, come on.
If you don't,
Hobo House.
Yeah, the Hobo Hill house. If you don't know about it, we'll tell you. So if you're from Jeff City, you probably know where Simonson is. So the Hobo House is right, basically like catty corner from Simonson. And
that's such a local term, catty corner. I love it.
Right. And so Aaron and Aaron bought this house. So it's Aaron and Aaron. There's boy Aaron and girl Aaron. And they bought this house, and it was going to be their forever home. They were super stoked to live there forever. And, you know, weird stuff started happening. Really weird paranormal stuff started happening to them, to the point. And if I got my story correct here, neither one of them really particularly believed in paranormal things when they moved into the house. But it got to the point where they basically, you know, had to get out of there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's been a couple paranormal shows, you know, like nationally televised shows that have gone there and featured it. And now you can spend the night there if you so choose. Because it's an Airbnb home now.
Right. Do you so choose?
Well, we were talking earlier, and Maddie said, nope, I'm skipping it.
Matt was a hard pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't sleep there. I mean, maybe obviously I'd be up the whole time.
Yeah.
But I would never sleep.
I was going to say, if you could be up the whole time,
there's no way. I'd stay up all night.
Right.
There's no way I could sleep.
And I would definitely feel more...
I don't know if I could sleep.
No.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen.
I would feel a lot better if there was someone else in the room with me while I was there.
Right.
But, you know, I respect your position, Matt, because, you know, as we spoke about with the paranormal folks, sometimes you go somewhere and something follows you home.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and that's the weird part.
Yeah.
We talked about it, you know, when they were on this. That place is a train station for souls, dude.
Seems to be.
Like, I'm not all, like...
It seems to be something, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just not all about, like, being, like, there overnight. I'll go there and do a podcast. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll go there for an evening with you guys and hang out and have some good times. But
I'll see you later.
But when it's like 11 o'clock, I'll say a prayer after I leave and say, like, stay here, man. Like, don't come home with me.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
Yeah.
If something happens in my house, Sarah's going to be like, you dumbass motherfucker.
Yeah. So
she ain't never going to let me hear the end of it.
Where does Sarah stand on all of this stuff? Is she a believer?
She believes in it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even fuck with Ouija boards.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I have fucked with them, but when I was a kid.
And, you know, I think Matt was saying that, like, Ouija boards basically they're made for, like...
demons.
It's an easy way to get in touch with a demon. I'm not fucking with that.
I don't know if I believe all that.
I have a crazy story. I was probably like 13. My buddy Joey Caputa, he was my next door neighbor.
Shout out to Joey.
Joey, what's
friend
up,
of
brother?
The show.
So we lived on Elkhart Street. Our row homes were connected, dude. Like, we lived right next door to each other. And Joe was a big Bruce Lee fan.
Me too.
And so Joey had this the skateboard, and it had Bruce Lee, like, you know, painted on it and stuff. It was
Awesome.
an actual picture of Bruce Lee.
Awesome.
And so I was like, you know what? Bruce Lee's dead. We're talking about it. I'm like, let's like fucking try to connect with Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm. I did the same thing with Jim Morrison.
Did
but
you
I'll
really?
but I'll let you finish.
It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, we take the skateboard, and on the bottom of the skateboard was an image of Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm. So
we get 2 candles, place them down there. Bruce Lee's in the middle, and we start like, "Hey, Bruce Lee." Blah, blah. So as we're like doing this, asking questions about Bruce Lee, shit starts to fall off of like the storage shelves. Like one after another, and I'm like, and we both like turn on the light, fucking run upstairs,
pissing yourself.
And Joe's like, I'm not going down. He's like, I want my skateboard, but I'm not going down there right now.
Fuck that skateboard. Get that skateboard.
But I'm being honest, like it everything just started to fall, and I was, we were just kids at the time. We didn't know the fuck we were doing, but who knows what was there? Like I always thought his house was kind of haunted because when I would sleep over. I always heard like the steps creaking, like something walking, like when I was laying there on the couch, whatever. Like his house was 3 stories. I mean, these houses were built back in like the early part of the 1900s.
Those old houses.
So there's a possible chance of someone dying in that house.
Sure.
And
believe that.
I always thought his house was haunted.
Yeah.
So like as we were trying to like reach out to Bruce Lee, maybe something else was trying to reach out to us.
Right.
And we weren't dumb enough to fucking just hang out and be like, "Oh, what's going on here? Hey." Because back then there wasn't paranormal societies, there wasn't paranormal research. Everyone was kind of ignorant to the fact of.
But you're still kind of ignorant to the fact, though, to be honest.
Even an open mind of like, is there something out there? Now it's like it's like nothing now. People make a living off this shit.
I think people are more open-minded to it now, similar to like UFOs and things, you know? Because we're getting more and more information with UFOs.
Oh,
we've seen more and more things with in movies and things in culture too. Like we've almost been conditioned to believe in this stuff now.
Right.
Dude, when you have admirals and you have like the master sergeants on the USS Omaha saying, dude, we saw something that we could not identify.
Right.
And we saw it splash into the Pacific Ocean.
You know what?
That's
20 years
something.
ago, those guys would have been called quacks and they never would have said a word.
It would have been classified.
Right.
And now
it's wide open. Now we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing the footage.
Well,
it's
shit.
all
Harry
over the place.
Reid is on talking to that dude with the big hair, the Salaskus guy. The the Ancient Aliens dude.
Oh, that
Giorgio
Sakios
or whatever.
Saki.
I know you're
He's
talking
talked
about,
to him.
Yeah, he's talked to his organization.
I
He's
didn't
talked
know
to
that.
them.
I didn't know that.
That whole Prometheus. He's talked to Prometheus, about that
Interesting.
stuff.
I mean, I knew that Harry Reid had done interviews about the topic.
I think Harry Reid is at a point now in his life that he just does interviews with anybody.
Well, and because he doesn't care anymore,
Right.
he's not.
Well, what are they gonna do to me?
He's
I'm
not
old.
trying to get reelected, so he
Right.
doesn't care really what people think. In this country, sadly, and we don't want to talk about politics, but
No.
the general thing that happens with politicians is after they're out of office, then they start telling the truth.
Well,
and really telling us what's on their mind. Like
Exactly.
Like the Arizona Lights thing that happened
Oh,
in
yeah.
Phoenix back in 1997. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
The governor of Arizona was a witness to that. And then a couple days after it happened, he did a press conference about it, and he had his chief of staff dressed up as an alien and made a big joke about it.
Of course he did.
Basically, to
Trying to
kind
make
of
light of the
brush the
situation.
topic
Yeah.
off. And then many, many years later, he came out and said, well, no, I saw it too. And, he's done a lot of interviews about it too. So this is not just, crazy people in trailer parks
Right.
that are seeing these things.
No, it's all different types of people: doctors, lawyers, people that are credible.
Yeah. Military folks.
Fucking military
Military,
admirals, like master sergeants.
Right.
So we were talking earlier. We're all pumped up about this report that's due in June sometime. The last date that I heard that it's supposed to be out by is June 25th. But I was telling you guys, we got this new article from the New York Times that just came out like an hour before we started recording. And so basically, I think what's happened is they've managed to speak with some people that have seen the report, before it has come out. So they came out with this article. The title of the article is very sad. Here it goes. Government finds no evidence that aerial sightings were alien spacecraft.
Aww.
So it's a shitty headline, right? Although it's not surprising.
It is a shitty headline, I'll give you that.
Yeah. So I'll just read you guys like the first 2 paragraphs, give you the gist of it.
Give me the gist, Dave.
American intelligence officials have found no evidence that aerial phenomena witnessed by Navy pilots in recent years are alien spacecraft. But they still cannot explain the unusual movements that have mystified scientists and the military, according to senior administration officials briefed on the findings of a highly anticipated government report. The report determines that a vast majority of more than 120 incidents over the past 2 decades did not originate from any American military or other advanced U.S. government technology. That determination would appear to eliminate the possibility that Navy pilots who reported seeing unexplained aircraft might have encountered programs the government meant to keep secret. So basically what they're doing here is they're saying, we don't have any evidence that these are alien spacecraft, but at the same time, they're still saying, we don't know what they are.
Right.
They're not ours. Every interview that I've seen with high-ranking...
They're saying stuff without saying stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is what you would expect the government to do.
It's unidentified.
I admit that my hopes were up that we might get some more exciting information, and maybe we will.
We still might.
The official report is not out yet. Like I said, it's supposed to be out by the 25th of June. So maybe we'll get some more good stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I literally Google UFO like once every day or two.
I think you should be prepared to be underwhelmed.
Yes. No, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Was the one military guy said that, and he was like a high official too, and he said that what we've seen so far on all this footage, it is something 100 to 1,000 years ahead of us.
Right.
Like nothing is manipulating our gravity.
Like
no
this
one has the technology. None of these countries do.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount of countries, and there's like 4 that can build something very high tech, but nothing to this like elite status, dude.
But let's just think about the possibilities here. Like the people that have gone on TV and done these interviews, they have convinced me that they believe that this is not something that comes from us or even from humans.
Right.
But if you use Occam's razor, the most likely scenario is probably the actual what's happening.
No matter how improbable is possible.
And so if you use Occam's razor, the conclusion that you would come to is that no, these are ours, but the government doesn't want people to know that they're ours, so they're, being ambiguous about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely being ambiguous about it. The ambiguity is just seething in all of this. Well, they're not aliens.
So now,
but they're also not ours, and they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, it just sounds all fishy.
And if you critically think it,
if it walks like a duck,
right,
and it looks like a duck, and it sounds like a duck.
Our next best hope now is that some other credible government will do the same thing that we just tried to do.
We've already had that with Peru. Didn't they come out in 2015 with their own videos? They came out saying they had their own videos, that there was things that their Air Force was flying with that they couldn't explain.
So what was the conclusion of the report?
It was the same as they had today, that we don't know what it was.
We don't know what they are.
We don't know what it is.
It's
not ours.
We can't prove that they're aliens.
Exactly.
But
we're not saying they're aliens, but they're not ours.
Yeah. Well, man,
I find
that's not full disclosure, but it's pretty close,
yeah,
man.
And there's so much evidence now. There's so many videos out there, and here's the thing, man. Maybe this higher intelligence, and there could be multiple civilizations out there that need our resources to take back to wherever they live. To maybe create something or recreate what we have.
Yeah.
And they're here scouting us out peacefully. But then, like you said, like they're getting our radio from like fucking 70 years ago. But and then they see like these movies that are out of UFOs, of aliens, and they're like, wow, they have like these humans. I've totally like painted a picture of us as being violent, Maybe this is the reason why they don't show themselves. Maybe this is the reason why they don't expose themselves, because they're afraid of us, because we are by nature, we are afraid of anything else that's different than us. Anything.
Well, anytime we lose control.
If we don't have control of it, we're going to fucking blow you up.
If we're not in control of the situation, we have a big problem with that.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you just look at like the food chain and look at how much we don't regard other animal species as being important.
Absolutely.
If you look at things from that point of view.
Like a dog, a puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, the puppy is so cute. I just want to hug him and cuddle him.
Okay, but more like a cow.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. But a cow tied to the ground for veal. Oh,
but here's the thing.
That's cruel.
But there is reports of like UFOs like beaming up cows and shit.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to check out everything, right?
But maybe they're fucking eating them. Just they're eating filet mignon just like us.
Well, maybe they're like, what's this all about? Why does every human want to eat this?
Well,
and they're like, God damn, this is good.
Let's check this shit out.
So
I love the dick part.
This is a funny topic.
Dick is the best.
Did you try the balls?
No.
Well, maybe they're just smoking up some shit too.
This is a funny topic, but
dick balls.
But folks, if you're listening, Google it. Google cattle mutilations. That's some real shit.
That is some real shit.
Been happening for a long time, and these are like cows that 1 second are there, and the next second they're mutilated, and they're mutilated with like surgical precision.
Yeah, it's like their ass is filleted open.
Like
there was a laser that kind of
just cut right through the meaty parts.
Right through
yeah, like literally no blood left in the body. It's like all of the blood, all of the important internal organs are sucked out. So, I mean, they know that it's not just like coyotes or fucking.
But here's the thing, man. Like Hollywood, we and all kinds of writers, not even just in Hollywood, just writers in general. Like we have this like idea of UFOs being like destructive and they want to take over everything and kill us off.
Right.
If that was the case, they would have done it a long time ago. They would have done it a long time ago.
There's whole theories too going back to like the Reagan administration that like during, say like E.T., Reagan would be there, or like have some of his guys there, and they'd be like whispering into like Steven Spielberg's ear, and he would change scenes.
Interesting.
Do you guys know about the Richard Nixon, Jackie Gleason story?
Yeah, I've heard.
No, what's that about?
Supposedly, when Nixon was president, him and Gleason were buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, when
Gleason was buddies with everybody.
Right. Supposedly, when Nixon was president, he was hanging with Gleason one night and took him to Area 51 and like showed him the bodies.
Oh, no kidding. That's cool.
And
I'd heard a different one.
And his wife.
That's a pretty good story.
Gleason's wife, because I believe he passed before she did.
Yeah.
She confirmed, she confirmed that he told her that happened. And so, make of it what you will, but he was like obsessed with UFOs. Like he had a house that was like
I knew he had
designed like a UFO. Like he was super obsessed with the topic.
Say if these reports,
cool dude.
So these reports come out, and there's there's a lot of descriptive, proof and evidence. But it's all unidentified. So like we don't know what it is, but yet we do kind of know what it is.
Have an idea.
But here's the thing: does this kind of vindicate Bob Lazar? Because I mean, honestly. What did this guy have to gain by coming out, going on Joe Rogan, spilling the beans? He's not making any money off of his all this publicity.
I don't know if it vindicates him.
No,
but
I don't. It's not going to vindicate him because they're definitely not going to come out and say, "Yeah, we got bodies and we got craft."
Because the government fucked him hard.
The only way he'd be vindicated is if the government came out and went, "You know what? Bob was right."
Yeah. Or if they if they at least came out and said, yeah, we've got craft, we've got bodies, that would vindicate Bob Lazar, but they're never going to do that.
Yeah, they're never going to admit that they erased his education or his resume
tried to wipe that dude
his
off.
Work experience and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they fucking totally destroyed that guy.
They were Men in Black in him,
no doubt.
But we were still able to confirm that his credentials checked out.
Yeah.
They tried to wipe him out, but there were certain records that they were unable to wipe out.
That's true.
That we were able to verify.
Whatever happened to all those like fucking millennials that were going to charge fucking Area 51?
They did it.
Some of them did.
Some of them
there weren't
tried.
very
I mean,
many.
they showed up.
It was a very unsuccessful fucking charge.
I don't think they ever, like, you know, intended to rush it.
No, I mean, the whole thing started as a joke.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they had millions of people that...
Right.
But there were so many people online going, oh, I'm going to charge it. Like, no, you're not.
Hell, I signed up to do it.
You're not going to charge it because
No.
they got a fucking drone out there that will fucking shoot you down.
But you know what? There was tons of them that showed up. I mean, at least, what, like a couple hundred?
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of them where, like, they're going to, like, run like Naruto and fucking
Yeah.
just arms out and shit?
I think it was probably more than a couple hundred, but they didn't try
They
to...
can't shoot me. I got my Naruto run going.
Got my Naruto run.
They definitely didn't actually try to storm Area 51, though.
It's funny how everyone knows where it's at now. It's not a secret base anymore.
And see, that's another thing, right? That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
That's because of Bob Lazar. Nobody knew what it was until Bob Lazar.
That and so yeah, that when he comes out and says where it's at, and then it's all over social media.
Well,
I mean,
no, because that was before social media.
Was it really?
That was long before
Oh, well,
social.
yeah, because Bob Lazar came out in, like, the late 80s.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like him just going on Joe Rogan or
No.
He came out a long time ago and said that.
He came out.
He wrote a couple books, didn't he?
I guess he did, yeah, because the whole documentary was all about like how he came out. And no one just like
And no one paid attention
No
to
one
it.
gave a shit.
So
Yeah.
George Knapp, the famous journalist.
Yes, he was on that too
from Las Vegas.
Yeah, he was on the documentary.
George Knapp was the one that broke the Bob Lazar story, and George Knapp is the one that is kind of like mentoring Jeremy Corbell. Who is the dude that keeps dropping all of these new videos.
Okay.
He's also the guy that did the Lazar documentary.
That's right. That,
Same
yeah,
guy.
okay, gotcha.
He also did a documentary about Skinwalker Ranch, and he did a couple other videos or documentaries related to the subject. Sure. Yeah.
Fellas, let's take a break. I
Yeah.
got a camera acting up.
Okay, sounds good.
Weird. I don't
Weirdness.
know why. There's weirdness happening. There's weirdness afoot.
We start
the
talking,
government, man.
We
They
start
want us-
talking about weirdness, and weirdness starts happening.
Weirdness happens, man.
The government wants us to shut up about it.
High strangeness. That's
So,
what we refer to it
We
as.
may end up either taking a quick hot reboot, or I don't know. We'll get us back going though for segment 3.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Hey, big thanks to our friends at the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Absolutely.
Our friends at Last Flight Brewery in Jeff City.
Yeah, look at my hat right there.
Look at the hat.
Last flight right here.
Hey,
60s Spirit.
60s Spirit. Love those guys.
Right, and our friends at In the Groove.
And we were going to mention Shockingly Wicked, right?
Oh, yeah.
We
didn't even get to that, did we?
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba,
We got a message from these guys earlier today.
So the Shockingly Wicked podcast, they said, hey, we love your content. Would you mind if we shared a link to our podcast with you? We would love it if you listened. Absolutely.
Yeah, guys.
I'm going to have to put that.
And
Absolutely.
the answer is yes.
Yes. So check out our friends at the Shockingly Wicked podcast as well.
That's right. Send them some love.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we'll be back with some more love.
Right after this.
Right after this.
See ya.
Bitches.
Schlitz, please. Sir. Bartender. Schlitz. Could I have a Schlitz? Warren's Tavern.
There's just one Schlitz, yeah, yeah, nothing else comes near. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
What makes Schlitz irreplaceable? Taste it. This is the most carefully brewed beer in the world. It takes 1,174 careful brewing steps to create that special taste. Real gusto in the great light beer.
If you like it light with a big taste too, there's only one brew that will do. When you're out of Schlitz,
call for help.
You're out of beer. Real gusto in the great light beer Schlitz.
The beer that made Milwaukee famous.
Welcome back to the old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Fuck it, we'll do it
I
live.
was saying, this is the beauty of live radio right here.
OBS is kind of freezing up on us.
She's being
I don't know if it's OBS or if it's
certain graphics.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something's just up tonight.
She's being a bitch.
You know, it's every once in a while you just have those shows, right?
Yeah.
You know,
things happen.
just talk to our buddy Big Philly Mike. I
Well-
mean, Mike's never had a good show, I don't think.
We're just keeping it organic, you know.
If anything, Mike, yeah, I guess he has one. The
He has
last
one.
one was, we owed it to him. Too.
Yeah.
We'll make up for it.
He's definitely owed one.
Yeah, we'll make up for it. He'll be back many times over.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Big Philly.
Big Philly.
So, guys, if you're listening, we're super excited about our show next week with Aaron from.
It's gonna be a good one.
From the Hobo Hill Haunted House.
Yes.
So make
and
sure you
Boy
join us.
Aaron Photography.
And
Don't-
Boy Aaron
don't
Photography.
forget.
He's a
That's
great
right.
photographer. He
Yeah.
did some pictures of my wife.
Right.
And then what's his name? Creeped down the street, saw him, and sent her a message and was like, "Hey, Jessica."
Hey, I noticed you like to get your photos taken.
Listen, do you like to swing off poles?
That's just my theory. That's my
How do you
theory
feel
is
about
that he saw
shackles?
those hot photos from Boy Aaron Photography.
Come on, dude. Like, why else is he going to message your wife?
I'm sure he's.
Let's all be real about this.
I'm sure she ain't the first, and she ain't gonna be the last. Anywho, if you want to get the kind of pictures done,
but she's gonna whip his ass though.
If you want to get some pictures that are gonna make a motherfucker want to stalk you, you need to go to Boy Aaron Photography. That's how good his pictures are, folks. Okay.
I mean, stalkable, right?
Stalkable.
Dave, you're really convincing me here.
Yeah, I know. Aaron's listening is like, shut up, Dave.
God, I'm going on that
Shut
show.
up.
Oh my God.
Oh, shut up, dude.
You know, I got something better to do. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Kids are sick.
No, we're actually pretty packed. We have Aaron, obviously, and then
Yeah.
after that, we have a guy named Louis Mano.
Can't wait.
Mano.
Tell us about Louis.
So Louis is a Vermont Hall of Fame broadcaster.
Cool.
And he's been in the business for over like 30 years. He bought his own radio station, and then they all did morning. He hired all of his friends, and they did mornings on it in Vermont.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
So he's going to be on. He's very funny, very talented guy.
Cool.
He does a lot of voice work now. He's not in. I mean, you'll hear like station imaging or
Yeah.
And I was talking to Scott. He was doing this this voice work for a video company out of. It was a Belgium, I think I was saying.
That's
or,
super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it was like, I guess it involves like a World War II setting.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays like this Nazi voice, and he's saying some obscene shit. He was telling me about it. I'm like, do not put that on your fucking demo, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's like, I know, it's he's like, you know what? But it's fun work to do. Not
The
just
video
in
game
general.
aspect.
Just in
Yeah.
general. Like,
Pays
it's
the
like
bills.
A whole,
Hell yeah.
like, he says he makes a little bit off of it.
Yeah.
Not a whole ton, but he's like, he loves to do it.
Exactly.
I bet it is fun, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's a super talented guy, and I cannot wait to get. Dude, I told him before, I was like, why didn't you become a comedian? Because
Yeah.
he's that quick witted, dude, and he's
Yeah.
funny as fuck.
I love it.
He's
I
like
can't
one of
wait.
the coolest dudes I've ever met in radio.
I can't wait.
By far, he's like one, and he was there. So I told you about my DUI in Vermont 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a lawyer. Louis stood in there with me, man, and I just talked to the judge. I was like, "Look, I fucked up."
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but I was like,
Right.
"Look, I
Yeah.
messed up. You can look at my record.
Yeah.
I just had a bad moment."
You
and
were
the judge
honest.
was like, "You know what, Matt? You're honest." And like, he didn't sentence me to do anything. Like, just do like this class and then paid the fines.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's cool.
So it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome.
And Louis was like, "Dude, you handle it like a champ."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, thank you, Louis."
Yeah.
Slapped you on the ass like you handled it like a man.
It sucks. It sucks that
That's
we.
my adopted son over there.
It sucks that we live in a world where, like, if you're gonna get some shit done, you pretty much have to
Yeah,
hire a lawyer.
Right. Yeah. Well.
But Maddie is
Yeah.
living proof that you don't have to hire a lawyer.
No, he's one of the last few.
For sure.
You know.
I learned
You
my
pretty
lesson.
much do have to hire a lawyer. You pretty
Learned
much
my
do.
lesson.
I mean,
with
if
that.
you want to get away with some stuff, look
Yeah.
at OJ, right? I
Yeah.
mean, shit. The juice is loose now.
But
It's
he-
because his hand didn't fit into the
That's
glove.
right.
Man.
Right.
That's what happened.
After it'd been outside raining. That's weird. Leather gloves.
Yeah.
Shrink?
Go-
What?
OJ had some pretty, stellar lawyers, though.
Yeah, he had a whole team of them.
You know, he like
sure did.
he always, he prays every night, and he's like, "God, can I talk to Johnny Cochran real quick?"
He definitely does not pray every night.
No, well, maybe. I mean,
I don't. He's probably he's praying more now.
Does he claim to be a Christian, I wonder?
I don't know.
I've
So do
never
you
heard
think-
him talk about anything.
so do you think
like that.
OJ's plowing chicks? Like are
Yeah,
chicks lined up
absolutely.
to
Dude,
the
I
juice?
guarantee
The juice is
you.
loose,
I
bro.
Because I've
guarantee
heard
you.
the juice is like he should be called Silo. Like the dude's packing.
Is he?
Right?
I hadn't heard that.
There's the story that Kendall Jenner, right? Didn't he
Kendall Jenner?
Yeah, she was one of his
like a goddaughter kind of.
No. Her
No,
mom.
his-
I'm sorry,
her
her
mom.
mom.
No.
Her mom is Kris Jenner,
Yeah,
but
she used to be married to one of his legal
That's right.
attorneys.
Yeah.
And like there's apparently a hot tub story where
she was married to Robert Kardashian.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's apparently like her and OJ were in a hot tub and like OJ just railed her so hard she couldn't walk for like a day or two.
Yeah. But what?
Like he broke her, right?
But you're not talking about Kendall.
No. I'm talking about the mom.
Yeah. Okay. I got
Sorry,
She's not
man.
the only-
I'm not up on my Kardashian.
You're not up on your Kardashian
No.
names.
That's not the only woman he broke.
Listen, man, haven't you guys seen like there's the documentary about Ted Bundy? There's a whole documentary
man.
about how women love Ted Bundy.
There's still like a fan club today.
There's a
charismatic,
whole,
right?
a whole documentary series
Yeah.
just about the women that love Ted Bundy. So I guarantee you, OJ's got women.
That dude had a fucking unibrow like nobody else, man.
Who, Bundy or
yeah,
Bundy?
Yeah, he had a fucking dark
Did he?
unibrow.
Did you ever see that Zac Efron movie?
Yeah.
I never saw it, but I saw the previews.
It was all right. It
Did he
wasn't that
play
great.
Ted Bundy?
He played Ted Bundy, and he kind of nailed it.
Did he really?
He
Yeah.
did, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I felt like the director was, it was okay because it was like a different perspective. Like he
Right.
wanted you to like Ted Bundy. He wanted
Yeah.
you to see
Well, that's
how it
how
was
Ted
for him.
Bundy was, though.
But he was
He's
very,
very likable,
Right.
so they say.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, some of those creepy bastards, you just don't know. Like, what's his name? John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, Gacy.
Dude that used to
Right.
dress up as a clown.
Show up at your kid's birthday party.
It's so weird how their brain works. You know, they're just kind of, here's a compartment, here's a compartment.
Compartmentalize
Well, there's an
everything.
old statistic that I will never forget from that show that I was talking about earlier on in the program. I used to do an on-air show, and we would read useless facts. And one of them, oh God, it was so creepy. It was at any given point in the United States, there are 37 active serial killers.
Oh, that's comforting.
Right, isn't it?
You know, I saw that, and there was also a percentage on like how many times you've walked by one.
Right, it's crazy.
I don't know what exactly the accurate percentage, but
Sure.
I saw that. I was like,
freaked you the fuck out,
It's
probably.
Not really,
Like, that
'cause-
can't be right.
Not really, because you don't know.
Yeah,
And-
when you're walking by one.
And as a man, you're not like.
How many times have you been passed over
Really
by a serial
targeted.
killer?
Did I ever tell you guys the time where like I was leaving a bar at 2 a.m.? I was like in my mid-20s. All my friends were in there that I worked with. Like it was like a work outing. And this is in Philly. Anyway, it was 2 a.m. Got in my car, just driving home, right? So I had about 10 miles to get home. Will you stop fucking doing that? It's throwing me off, man. And so there was this
Bam,
car
in the
that
back seat.
there was
No,
this
sorry.
car behind me, and I just, light after light, I noticed this car was still there. So I
Yeah.
would go to I would take scenic routes.
Try to turn off.
Motherfuckers are following you?
And then they were following me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm fucking I'm pretty drunk, dude, when this is happening. So I was going through lights and stuff because I started to get scared. I was
And
like,
you
what
know
the
it's not a, and you're like, it's not a cop.
Fuck
right?
Obviously, they would have pulled me over by now.
Yeah, because you were driving.
So I went through a couple red lights.
Yeah.
And man, it was crazy. I was yelling at the window. I'm like, what the fuck do you guys want? They were 2 car lanes back. I had a Mazda MX-6 at the time. So this was a quick little Mazda.
Yeah.
God bless that car, man. It got me out of that situation. But as I was going, so what I did was how I lost them. I came up to this light. I fucking made a sharp right. And there was a little area where you can just turn around quick.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I turned her. I fucking whipped it, dude. And then I got back to the light and went the opposite direction. And they tried to do what I did,
Yeah.
but then they just failed, and I just turned around.
Ooh, but that was a scary moment.
But this is 2 o'clock in the morning. These people
Sounds like
were-
somebody fucking with you.
Dude, they
be.
they followed me for 8 miles, dude.
Was this before the days of cell phones?
Yeah, it was.
Because now, if
Yeah.
that happens, I'm calling the police.
Oh, no
See,
doubt.
I had something similar
No
like
doubt.
that. I was going between a couple small towns. We were in the middle of the country, right? And this dude pulls up beside me in this old Buick or whatever, mid '90s Buick, right? And he's just rolling right alongside me, and he won't let me go any faster. He won't let me slow down. He's, woo! and I had an old bag phone. I was in my dad's like GMC Sonoma pickup truck, right? Had a great big it looked like an old person, big old camper shell on the back of it. I can only go like 55, you know, that's max speed in this thing. So dude's really pestering me. So I just flip on my dome light and I hold up the bag phone because it had the big numbers, and I just started dialing and started acting like I was talking to it. Dude freaked shit and took off, man.
Good.
There you go.
Like 20 minutes down the road, though, apparently he got like into an accident.
Oh shit.
And like wrapped his car around a telephone pole.
Wow.
Jesus.
Right? I think he lived, but I don't know.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, absolutely.
He was eating out of a straw after that.
Yeah, he probably for a good couple days.
Strawberry.
Maybe 2.
Strawberry, I think.
Scary, man.
But yeah,
That's
that was mine.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, if you were drinking and driving, you know, you get pulled over.
A bag phone saved my ass. I don't even think I had service at the time.
You know, like dump the beer out of the back of the car and I'll let you go. Like, you know.
Yeah, that happened a lot back in the day.
Used to happen a lot back in the day, not so much now.
Dude, so like months after that, man, when that happened to me, I was shook.
Yeah, I bet.
Like I kept thinking about, even today I think about it. Of that moment.
Yeah.
Matt survived a serial killer.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, but like someone was stalking me when I came out of the bar. Like they followed me. They didn't follow me, but they were watching from their car.
Did you have any bills or anything that needed paid at the time?
No, dude.
Not cracking your knees or anything, right?
It was random as fuck, dude. And it like scared the hell out of me.
So you were hanging in the bar
with my friends.
Did you notice the person watching you before you got into your car?
No.
Was there anybody in the bar watching you?
I had a good time.
Yeah, nothing was on your mind.
And that was it.
I've been with Matt when he's having a good time. He's not paying attention. He's just having a good time.
Why should I?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, you should not.
You
expect
think
for that
like
to
anyone
happen.
would trust that
Man.
their surroundings are safe?
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But really, they're not.
No, that is scary. Shit.
I told Sarah about that shit. She's like, "No way." I was like, "I'm being dead serious. You know, I'm as serious as a fucking heart attack right now."
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows what?
I'll never forget that, man. That was fucking traumatizing to go through that, and then getting home safe, and just like, wow, I got really lucky.
Yeah, I've had a few lucky occasions, not being followed by a serial killer, but I've had a few.
I don't know if it was a serial killer or not. But
right.
It was fucking terrorized. I was fucking terrified.
But I've definitely had a few of those occasions where like I probably should have died or something.
Right.
Something bad should
absolutely.
have happened to me, but I somehow weaseled my way out of it.
I think we've all had those.
Yeah,
though.
the close.
You know, we've all had that to a degree.
Close encounters with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like that, you know, my mom saved my life when I was 5. My uncle's pool basically fucking broke down.
Yeah, you
and
told
I was
that story.
stuck behind a flap of the pool, and she like fucking got under there somehow, and saved my ass. Like I would have drowned to death. All I remember is like her bringing me out of the water, drying me off, and I looked down the alleyway, and it's completely flooded. Like you see fucking worms everywhere and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it was insane, dude.
Damn.
And
Didn't you
that's
say it
probably
really-
my earliest.
Really
my
messed
earliest
her
memory.
arm up, right?
She had a blood clot from after that.
Damn.
And- but she, they worked it out, and
Yeah.
she was good to go.
My dad
Good to
apparently had to rip an M&M out of my throat once that I was choking on when I was a kid. I have no memory of it.
I
but-
believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
believe I'm
that.
the type of guy that would choke on an M&M?
No, I believe you're the guy that would just start like hogging M&Ms down so much that
Yeah.
your dad would have to reach in your throat and pull one out.
Yeah, I probably wasn't choking at all.
Because I was probably that one.
He probably just was like, stop
Was
it.
that little fat kid on the floor like more M&Ms?
Dude, I wouldn't blame you. M&Ms are delicious.
Dude, they're great.
great.
And they melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
My kids would eat M&Ms all day long if I would let them.
They melt in your mouth, not in your hand. Skeet, skeet.
Skeet, skeet, bitches. There's still a few people out there that don't know what skeet, skeet means.
Oh, so anyway, going back to our guests, I just
Oh.
remembered. I'm like, wait a second, we're way out there.
Matt's
on
reeling us back in again.
I know, right?
Yeah.
our third
Fish
guest.
in the
So
sand.
our guest in 3 weeks
In 3
is my
weeks.
friend Quinn. Is Quinn Rowan.
Nice.
He is a native of Philadelphia. He lives in Santa Barbara, California.
Uh-huh.
Him and I were roommates at one point, and he's coming on the show. He's a musician, so it's like right up like our alley and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And Quinn's we're gonna do some things with Quinn.
Cool.
You're gonna get a West Coast perspective because he's out there in Cali. So cannot wait to hang out with Quinn.
What instruments does he play?
Guitar.
All right, cool.
Nice.
We can
I
have
had a very
conversation then.
interesting conversation with him today. He's like, dude, I want to talk about this. I'm like, sounds good.
Yeah.
And
he was like, hey, we should talk about this. We should do this.
He's a big personality.
Cool.
Very cool dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
we'll have some good topics, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've got a ton
So
of
we're
good
booked
shows
for the next
coming
2
up.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I want to get my buddy Tim on the show at some point too. He's a unique character.
Tim, get on here, man.
Yeah, Tim Mize. He's one of the last holdouts. I swear to God, I can't get that guy on Facebook.
Tim, listen.
Oh, really?
If you hear
he
this,
just refuses.
If you fucking hear this, Tim, you call the listener line
See, he would
right
give
now.
you so much shit right now.
573-246-0779.
And it's funny story because the listener line came about so I could get Tim on the show to record a News You Can Abuse.
Yeah.
Tim,
so I needed a number.
Get your ass on here.
Yeah, man, you should call back on. You should
Stop
definitely do that.
Stop being a pussy.
Yeah. We're not going to hurt you.
Get on the show.
We're not going to hurt you, bro.
Well, maybe a little.
Just a casual conversation among friends.
Right.
That's
I think
all
that'd be stellar. That dude's he's a unique character.
We like unique characters.
I love unique
right.
characters.
The whole show is built around unique characters, right? Every one of our guests are unique.
For sure.
And you can only find them here in Jeff City.
That's right. We're trying to get some more local people. I'm sure we got some more super exciting shit coming down the pipe, too.
You know, I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, like our friends at In the Groove, Echo Lounge. I'd like to make something for them as well.
Last Flight.
I
want to do a podcast on location, man.
Yeah.
There. Dude, so they have this table that's like...
I saw that out front there.
Away from everything.
Perfect.
Perfect spot.
It's perfect.
With our banner right there.
Right.
And just like having people come on being like, how you like the beer?
Yeah.
We should definitely do that.
What are you guys talking about? Just come on, talk about the beer, man.
I can't wait for that one guy to come in. So there was I went there and I got my growler, and there was this dude. I swear to God, he looked like George Jones sitting at the edge of the bar. His eyes were too close together. He kind of looked like that. Had that possum stare to him, right? And he was like wanting to tell stories, you know. And
George Jones.
I get my growler filled. I turn around and I'm just ready to bolt for the door because this guy goes, "Hey man, come here. I need to talk to you. I got stories I want to tell." And I just looked at him and went, "Nope. See you later." And I just boned out.
Too many IPAs for this guy.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that guy.
Oh man, he did. He looked like a possum.
They have a terrific setup there.
Oh, it's nice.
And now they have the fence
Yeah.
on their throughout the yard now. It protects everything, man.
Yeah, that makes a difference right there.
It's a great setup.
Especially when you do like pets and things.
Kids, pets, dude, like not
I
cats,
find,
but fuck, dogs.
I find that one a little strange that there's like all the kids there. You know.
Well, it's funny. We went there a couple weeks back, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and all of our friends were there, and their kids were there, but they all had like their own picnic table. It was all the kids at one table, and they were like, I went over, they were like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm just checking on Sloan." And they're like, "This is the kids' table," and I was like, "Oh, I get it. I get it. See you later."
Get the fuck out
Kids
of here.
pop up, and they're like, "Can we get another round of kitty cocktails, please?"
Yeah.
Well, they sell root beer there.
Okay, well, there
nice.
it all makes
There you go.
sense.
Kitty cocktails.
I think they're all sipping on root beers.
Heck yeah. Mugs.
And I think they make their own root beer.
Yeah, it's
That's
similar. You can
awesome.
brew root beer. Yeah.
That's cool.
That would be.
That is cool if that's the case.
I think it is. I think it is.
What do they use to make root beer? Not molasses.
Is it sassafras?
Sassafras. Yeah.
Sassafras.
Sassafras.
Say that 10 times fast.
Sassafras.
Well, you can make
sassafras.
You can make a tea.
Come on, guys. Let's drink some sassafras.
That's my gay diva stripper name.
I remember once when I was a kid.
You can do that. You can roll with that.
Yeah, don't
Sure.
call me on Friday nights because you know I'll be stripping in the evenings.
I remember once when I was a kid.
Being dominated.
The Dick
Sassafras is on the stage. Sorry, man.
Dick Slayer made us some sassafras tea once.
Yeah, you can make that.
Yeah,
I just watched this thing the other day.
That's
it was
probably what he was drinking before he killed that bear.
Right?
Probably.
He's sipping on it.
He's like, what the fuck?
It hypes you up a
Put
little
your
bit.
pinky to the moon. Oh, there's a bear. Pap pap.
Oh, there's a bear.
You think he like thought to himself, man, I really got to put this sassafras back down and kill this fucking bear here.
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, over here.
Bitch was interrupting me when it was tea time.
Eat lead, bitch.
Come at me, bro. That was the original recital of "Come at Me, Bro."
Dave's grandpa, if you can hear this,
But it was so
mad
sophisticated,
respect to
right.
Dave's grandpa.
No,
He's
man,
going to be so mad at me when I
someday when you
when
see
I
him.
cross the pearly gates.
It's not you he's going to be mad at. It's me and Matt
He's gonna
because
be
we've
like,
taken it to outrageous levels.
Why'd you have to hang out with those two
Right.
clowns?
Why'd you tell that story?
Yeah,
I just killed this bear. I had uranium in my garage that I used to let Dave chew on as a kid.
I still got a few stories that I'm holding back for you, okay? It's going to happen again. There's going to be more on the way. Wrong pot.
Time waits for no man, unless the man is Dave's grandpa.
And then it slows down.
Love you, Grandpa. I miss you.
Dave's grandpa doesn't read books. He stares them down until he gets the information he wants.
There's some power right there.
Yeah, no shit, man. Good for Dave's grandpa.
See, that's what happens when you do a podcast with radio guys.
Dave's grandpa once roundhouse kicked someone so hard his foot broke the speed of light.
Your grandpa could do roundhouse kicks?
I don't know if I've heard that one before.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you
How
fight
many more of these things do you got, man?
if you fight a bear, you're gonna have to have a roundhouse, right?
Oh my god!
Fucking prick.
You got a button down here for that one, man. I need one of those things.
Yeah,
man.
I know. We need to get another one of those.
We all need buttons.
No more.
No,
Too many hands in the cookie jar, man. Too many hands in the cookie jar.
Maybe we can just share the one button.
I wouldn't dare take your buttons away from you.
I love it.
I know you love them.
Oh,
We rock an Elgato Stream Deck with 6 buttons.
Jesus.
Works good for trivia.
Oh, man.
Fuck you. Good. Fuck you, you drunk! Fuck you 1,000%! Fuck you till your asshole is perfect donkey asshole! Let me maniac.
His perfect donkey asshole.
Oh, man. All right, my face hurts now, guys. Congratulations.
We've hit that point of the night.
Yeah.
Right.
Congratulations. You've done it again.
So, the only thing we haven't done is made a Dave's wife is going to beat us up joke.
Oh, you know that shit's gonna roll.
But it's coming sometime.
Throw them at me, boys.
What kind of nickname did we say? Like before?
Oh, we were going to call it the Intimidator.
Oh, the
man.
Intimidator. Yeah, we can roll with that.
We need to make something like Dave's grandpa about Dave's wife, like the Intimidator.
What the hell's up with this family?
I don't know, man. I
don't know,
got
man.
something for her, like,
Like
comes
who would
in,
win who would win in an arm wrestling competition? Would it be like
Actually,
Stallone,
me and-
the Intimidator, or would it be the Dick Slayer?
Probably Dick Slayer. I just gotta be honest. But hey, me and
she'd have to give up for it. Like, oh, you win,
right?
I actually
Fucking-
arm wrestled the Intimidator the other night,
Dude.
And she put up a good fight.
Was it intimidating?
I won. I just want to be clear about that.
Dude. Dave.
I just want to be clear about that. That I won.
Dude, did she let you win?
Yeah, she did.
Did she let you win?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably
I mean,
so. Now that I think about it, yeah.
She's probably like, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Okay, I can't intimidate
Dave,
this
you're
man.
so strong still compared to me.
I think you broke my arm.
No wonder she's like in there like day and night, like ripped his shit because of you.
Yeah, well, before all of the pictures and
like,
things.
I will fucking beat that guy in arm
Right,
wrestling.
David go home and be like, I'm gonna go beat my wife. See you guys later. You know.
I need to start working out.
Do you know what she needs, dude? She needs a Rocky montage.
Right?
Of her
I feel
just
like-
working out like.
We need to make her a playlist. An old
She's
77.
running down fucking
Does she
like
run?
Highway 50.
Does she run?
She's not a big runner now.
No.
Not
I was
a
gonna
big
say
runner.
if you have to slip me her running, her running
would be
location, I'll
cool
do
is-
that.
'cause
I'd
dude-
make a running montage and just follow her.
She can run down like
Put
High
my
Street,
hazards
right?
on.
She could run down High Street like Rocky does through like South Philly market.
Yeah, and
she
you can just
run
follow
through-
her with a tuba.
Right.
So like,
boom, boom, boom.
he's on a trailer of a truck like playing right by her.
It's the German band.
Hey, man.
Dude, she's running down fucking High Street, right? And then she like makes her way and she makes her right, and she runs up the Capitol steps. And when she gets to the top of the Capitol steps, she jumps up and down just like fucking Rocky did.
Yeah. And then she jumps onto the Thomas Jefferson statue and puts him into a headlock.
No, and then she takes her hand and just she does the jump uppercut and knocks his head off altogether. Shoryuken!
And Scott's right there playing the bass. He's like,
I'm so gonna get laid when this comes out.
every night, though.
Right.
Every Tuesday night.
Dave, where did those new bruises come from?
Oh,
It's so
man.
weird, man.
Dave, why is what's the
Why is your neck blue, bro?
Why's there handprints on the back of your head?
Yeah.
I'm frightened.
We have fun. That's all I'll say. We have fun.
Oh, I do love. I got to make something up for the Intimidator.
The Intimidator.
I fully expect that. to happen at some point.
That's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jess. That's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Okay, good.
She loves it.
I'll make it all clean and above board.
Speaking of, I got to get some Studio 573 people on here because they're all listening to us. And
I don't know why you guys are listening, but thank you for listening.
They love us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people love us. We're adorable idiots.
We're going to get some of those folks on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you know anybody,
yes,
by all
you
means,
listening,
yeah,
you listening.
Let us know. How can you let us know, Dave?
Well, you can call us on the listener line because that's my part of the bit. So 573-246-0779. Give us a call. Leave
Absolutely.
us a message. Yeah, let us know
Pick
what's
up
on
the
your
phone.
mind. Tell us
So
what's up.
episode 56 is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
I hope you guys
I didn't know where that was going for a minute.
find it. Find it when it's out. Find this one.
It'll be out next week.
A week from today, if you're listening to us on the day we come out,
Right.
which is Tuesday.
It's going to be a good one, man.
That was a lot of words to say what I needed to say.
I know. I was thinking it through, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
just it'll be out next week.
Yeah, I should have thought about it a little less. You know,
It'll be a good one though.
it's going to be a great one. We
Yeah.
cannot wait. We are super pumped.
We got Boy Aaron from Boy Aaron Photography and Hobo House.
Hobo Hill House, whatever you want to call it.
That's going to be a good one. And we've got guests lined up for the month.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can also check us out on patreon.com/the-old77 podcast. And speaking of Patreon, we have Patreon patrons thanks to the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And we got to get those guys back on at some point too.
Oh, we definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely will.
Oh, yeah.
They got some exciting shit lined up.
Thanks.
They got tons of stuff.
Thanks to all of our podcasts, other podcasts listening to us.
Yeah.
And all of our listeners are definitely our very loyal listeners out
Like
there.
the Toddcast podcast.
Yeah.
Those guys always comment on our stuff.
Absolutely.
We've
dude.
got some other friends as I'm trying to kill time here and try to whip out some other friends. Some other friends listening to the old 77,
Well,
the shockingly wicked podcast.
Have we given JT a shout out?
We have, but we can always do it again.
Let's give JT another shout out.
Our friends at the Paranormal Sun in New Zealand from Tower Studios,
Tower
JT,
Studios.
Yes.
and the Paranormal Sun. Give them a listen.
The Twat Podcast.
The Twat Pod.
The Flight Attendant Podcast.
Absolutely.
The Flappity Flap Podcast.
And we're out of time.
See you next week. bitches.
Yeah. See you next week, guys.
Peace out,
It's
guys.
going to be interesting. Don't miss it.
Or do.
Intimidator.
Good timing. That was perfect.